Yeah, we'd go again.
All right. This is going to be another question that's a little bit off topic, but a lot of my chat wants to hear it because, they're all, like I said, all teenagers that want to aspire to have a lot of money and etc. So how hard was it making your first million? Because you know what they say, like after you make your first million, you keep on going up. From experience as well, like making my first million was very, very difficult. And now it's just smooth sail because I already have everything set up. So how did you make your first million and what was stuff that, boundaried you to actually go for it?
Making your first million is certainly the hardest, and making money after that is absolutely easier. That's true because you're usually onto a winning thing by then. Mm-hmm. Making money in the world of the internet is 100,000 times easier than it was before the internet.
Yep.
Let me ask you a question. Take the internet away. How do you get rich?
Nothing. If I'm going to be 100% nothing.
I wouldn't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah, you wouldn't know what the fuck to do, right? You're going to need to start a business. And this is the thing about the old world, right? To start a business, you need to be good with people. You need to meet a bunch of people. You have to be confident, men and women. You need to look good, wear a suit. Now you need a building. That's expensive. You got to pay rent, pay taxes on that building. Now you got to get customers without the internet somehow. People got to turn up. Then you got to provide a service or a product at a better price than your competitors are. And then you only have a small margin. Then you have to pay taxes. Like before the internet, making money or becoming a millionaire was so difficult. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the internet has given massive opportunities, created a massive hole in the matrix where people who have nothing and started with nothing can become very, very rich. You're now rich from video games, right? I made a bunch of money, lots of different ways, but I also lived in the world before the internet. So I learned a bunch of real world skills and real world business skills that you needed before the internet existed. So the world was different back then. But I made my first $1 million with I had webcam girls. I had girls sitting on the internet talking to guys, and they worked for my business. I started a business. I got a big house. I got a bunch of hot women to sit there and talk on laptops to a bunch of Fortnite streamers and Twitch dorks, and they sent them all a bunch of money, and I made my first couple million with that.
But so how much money do you actually have? Because I feel like you're like, I don't want to be an asshole, like in the most respectful way possible. I feel like you're actually like kind of broke.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like you try to give off the impression that you have a lot of money, but like in reality, like you don't actually have that much money. Like I feel like Clix probably has more money than you.
So I don't know how much Clix gets paid, but why would you assume that I try and give off the impression I have lots of money, and what do I do that makes you think I am broke?
I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like you always try to like show your money and stuff like that. And I feel like you're actually like broke. Like how much money do you actually have?
Well, that's a difficult question to answer, right? Because it depends if you're talking about liquid money or assets. It depends if you're talking about net worth. I own companies. How much is the company worth? It's not as simple as just how much money do you have. When you actually achieve true wealth, you don't just leave money sitting in a bank account. So it's a difficult question to answer. And I don't know how much money Clix has. I'll be honest with you. I don't follow this world. I don't have a fucking clue how much money you have. But the more you have, the worse, because then you really have no excuse to not be doing the things I'm saying. So if Clix wants to go first, I mean, how much money do you make for playing Fortnite?
We're talking yearly?
Yeah.
A couple M's. But good money, you know what I'm saying? I never say how much money I make a year, so it's like my chat thinks I'm broke as fuck. So when I say this, they're gonna think I have money.
You definitely do have money.
Yeah, all right, a couple M's a year. We'll just leave it at that. Yeah.
Cool. Well,
wait, how many businesses do you have?
So I just finding it interesting that we talked earlier about perspicacity and how important it is to perceive things, right? Then he sits here and says he thinks I'm broke. Well, I have 27 cars with a combined value of over $25 million. I have a Bugatti Chiron, which is $5.8 million. I have a private plane. I have a boat. So you can look at things that are just
that's 100 mil. That's 100 mil off the bat.
Exactly. Those are things that are just on my Instagram page. Before you talk about my property.
Are those all yours?
Yeah, of course. Whose else are they going to be?
Okay. No, like rental, etc. Like, everyone has questions.
You can't rent cars in Romania. Like, there's no supercar rental. Okay. All of my cars have my custom number plate on them. I'm driving the same cars every day. You can't even rent a Bugatti Chiron anywhere in the world. There's only 50 in the world. I own one. Like, all these things are mine. So to sit there that he lacks perspicacity to a level where he's going to say to a guy who's worth hundreds of millions of dollars, I don't think you have any money, just shows that he's fucking, you don't even live in the real world, my friend. And
I'm not in the real
world. Well, then you're not very perceptive.
I don't even know what that word means.
Okay, cool. Well, then you prove my point. And that's your problem, not mine. I don't give a shit, right? But my point is, yeah, I have some money. I'm successful, but I'm also 35 years old. I'm not going to sit here and compare myself to you two, because at your age, I had nothing. So at your age, you're both destroying me. I didn't have any money till I was 25, 26. I didn't have nothing. So you're ahead of me in terms of like for like comparison. But also when I was your age, the internet wasn't a thing. So all I could do was work in a fucking bullshit store. There's no way to make money, right? So it's not the exact same world. But to sit and say I'm kind of broke, I mean that's up to you if you want to go along. If you had any No, it's fine.
I didn't mean to disrespect you.
No, Mr. Andrew, I could tell you're rich. Like, I could tell you're very wealthy.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It doesn't bother me at all. You have a lack of perception. If you were to pay a little bit more attention, you'd understand things. I don't know how much research you've done into me, but also I run a school that teaches 18 modern wealth creation methods. I have a school called Hustlers University on my website, cobratate.com. And that teaches people how to make money online specifically. And we do that specifically because the modern educational system doesn't teach anything that's valuable. So we've launched our own college to compete with traditional college. Because people always used to say to me, I don't want to go to college, it's a waste of time. I know that, but I don't know what else to do. So I created HU. So HU is $49 a month. We have over 100,000 students. So that's $5 million a month right there. So to sit here and say I have no money, it's just asinine. It shows you haven't done any research.
Going back to another question, if I were to buy your course or your college that you just basically said for $49.99 a month, am I going to benefit? Like what would I expect if I joined the district?
What is Hustlers University all about? And why'd you start it?
So there's 18 modern wealth creation methods. You can go to cobratate.com, you can sign up, and you can learn everything about it from there. You're already making a bunch of money playing Fortnite. So you're already making a bunch of money online.
You know, Fortnite.
Whatever you're doing, you're making a bunch of money. Yeah. Could you make more money using Hustlers University? Of course you could, because you can go in the different sections in there, and you have something. When you start the university, what we do is we have to understand your assets, right? So when you first join HU, there's a questionnaire, and it asks you, do you have a lot of money? Do you have a lot of time? Do you have a lot of influence? Do you have a lot of attention, etc.? And you have to answer all these questions for a good 20 minutes to try and build a profile of who you are and what your scenario is. So you currently have a lot of money, and you can turn your money into more money. Yeah. You're low on time. You don't have much time, but that's fine, because you also have a lot of attention, a lot of influence. You can turn attention and influence into money. So with your money and with your attention, with your influence, easily, you could be making an extra $1 or $2 million a month, easily. Because you can talk to people. You can stand up in front of people and say, this is good, buy this. Or you can stand up in front of people and say, this is good, join this. You can do things, right? Yep. And also you have a whole bunch of money that if you knew how to cleverly multiply, if you knew how to invest significantly, then you could turn your money into more money. So there's a lot of ways you could make money in your scenario. Then there's people who have no money, no influence, but they have all the time in the world because they're nobodies, they're jackasses, right? Well, then we teach you how to turn time into money. So this is all inside of Hustlers University. You can learn on cobratate.com. It all signs up. But the fact that, we're only talking about this because we asked about my wealth.
Yeah, no, you're good. Go for it.
No, but we can continue to go into it deeper, right? So if I have 100,000 students at $49 a month, which is $5 million a month turnover, that is $60 million a year. And then the way you measure the value of a company is you put a multiplier on it. A tech company, an educational tech company purely online, would probably get an 8 or a 9 times multiplier. So if you have a $60 million turnover company with an 8-time multiplier, I mean, you're looking at $500 million company that I own. So, and that's one of 7 companies. So this is why I'm saying it's very difficult when people come and say, how much money do you have? And you could easily do the paperwork to say I'm worth $1 billion. You can do the paperwork to say I'm only worth $250 million. It doesn't matter. The point is I can buy anything I want all the time. I have everything I want all of the time.
So what do you consider yourself spoiled as well?
No, I would not consider myself spoiled.
Because you work for it.
You're spoiled. I'm not spoiled.
Okay.
Bro, you are a bitch. What the fuck?
Okay, I'm not fucking spoiled. I play 14 hours of fucking Fortnite every single day. I have fucking hate. I have to deal with all the hate. I have to be able to rotate literally first fucking moving, 0 fucking math, get 70 fucking surge, actually get it into the fucking zone, get a certain amount of points to get first in the tournament. When I get first in the tournament, my contract goes up. My contract goes up, the salary goes up, boom, better. If I don't do good, my money goes down. I lose more money.
You're wearing a Fortnite shirt.
You're spoiled because your children with more money than you should have, and you're earning it in the best possible way possible. That makes you spoiled.
Yeah, you're right.
Spoiled. I'm not saying it's not difficult.
Yeah,
I'm saying that you're earning money in the way that everyone wishes they could earn money, and you're doing it at a very young age, and you're earning a lot of money. You are spoiled.